My name is Bree. I am 10 years old and I live in Ngāti, New Zealand. You may think that I'm going to talk about what it's like being able to hear, but since I got my first implant at around 2 years old and second at around 3, I don't know any different. My life is pretty much the same as any 10-year-old, and I don't think about being different. I don't listen to sounds on purpose, it just happens like everyone else. What I do know is that there is a whole world out there waiting to be discovered, and I guess because of my implants, I can experience it like everyone else does with sound. I know this because my family and I recently took a 9-week trip through Europe and Morocco. It was an amazing trip and we did so many cool things. I'm going to speak about what I imagine it would be like to go there and not be able to hear. In Italy, the loud voices, crazy scooters and cars whizzing by, the slurping of the gelatos, ringing of church bells and gondola boatmen singing to the passengers wouldn't exist. Switzerland would be quiet without the cowbells, scrunching of snow, munching of chocolate and rushing waters in the rivers and waterfalls. I wouldn't hear the bonjours in France or on the boat cruise learn about the bridges and all their meanings. I would have missed everyone huffing and puffing as we missed the Eiffel Tower. Portugal would be quiet without the fado folk singers and rumbling on the trams. I wouldn't have heard my sister squeal when she had too much peri-peri sauce on her chicken for tea. Riding a horse in Spain, I wouldn't have heard the clip-clop sound of the hooves or the wind rushing past as I went too fast. The flamenco dancers, stamping and guitars would have been quiet. Morocco was full of sounds. The streets are really busy with cars, motorbikes, people and animals, which are a crazy sound. If I couldn't hear it would have been scary trying to get around. When we went to a cooking class and went to market to buy the food, I wouldn't have heard the chickens clucking, market people shouting to customers and ladies shopping. When we stayed with the Berber family, my sister would have taught them Berber, would have taught them English and learnt Berber, and I would have missed out. The only place that wouldn't have mattered was in the Sahara Desert where it's quiet anyway. Our last stop, Singapore, had sounds of the city, cooking, rain and excitement. The trip to the zoo and the night safari would be quiet without the animals making their different sounds. At Universal Studios, I wouldn't have heard the music and fun, although I did experience the rides in silence as some of them were high and fast and I didn't want to lose my ears. But the only thing I missed out on there was my dad screaming. The afternoon rainstorms were hard and loud and lasted for about an hour. I would have wondered why we were running when the thunder came or why we couldn't go outside if I couldn't hear. I had a great trip and I don't just think about what I heard but what I experienced with my family and so many people along the way. So not only I have seen what the world has to offer but I have heard it as well. I wonder where we would go next.